My name is Bo Gehring, and I am happy to have done a video portrait of the musician Esperanza Spalding. My tastes in music are different, and so I didn't really know anything about her. I think I might have heard the name a couple of times, but when I learned who it was going to be and I started doing a little background work on her just to learn, what she would be like, who she would be, and it turns out she has this fabulous life history in music, and among many other honors, she was the youngest faculty member ever appointed at the Berklee School of Music. Wow. So she's a really big deal.
Das sombras quero voltar, somente aprendi.
With these portraits, I don't put any conditions on what the subjects wear, and I don't put any conditions on their choice of music, so I didn't have a clue what she would be arriving with. And as it turned out, she was wearing a wrap, I think, but she had this gorgeous full gown. And my understanding, I didn't get the detail, but I believe it was designed and made from recycled industrial materials. Everything in her clothing was recycled. It all had an interesting story.
Não peço mais perdão, porque já sofri demais.
But the interesting thing about it, which was not obvious when she was just getting ready in the dark studio, it's little patches of it. So it has a zillion beautifully stitched little cross hatches in, and the camera, of course, got all this. So when you see it, and it goes on, of all the portraits, it goes on for the longest time that has ever been on one piece of fabric, but it's like watching 1,000 paintings go by as the music plays. You're going along on this, and then you see her fingers, which of course have a wonderful value when you see them there for the first time, and then eventually we lose that fabric. She's wearing what I would call a cummerbund, and then her top is a reflective golden material, completely different fabric, and just as interesting under the camera. Well, in these portraits, my rule for all of them is that I treat them as though the subjects were going to wear the music in the same way they choose the clothing, and I never direct that. I never make suggestions. And they have to choose the music. I won't help them in any way. And I treat the music as an extension of clothing, as plumage, if you like. That's how I think of it. And so part of this portrait process is revealing this very personal thing about the subject. And I've had everything from Arvo Pärt to Jimi Hendrix, everything you can imagine, and it's so telling about the person. And so it's totally her choice. I had nothing at all to do with it. I knew what it was going to be, so that I had it ready to play when she came in, but that was all.
And what was that piece of music?
It's a piece of Wayne Shorter's very famous one, as I found out, called Tarde. That's from a very famous album he did in, I think, 1974, called Native Dancer. and he was playing with other renowned musicians. With Herbie Hancock was playing on it, Wayne Shorter, of course. Milton Nascimento was singing on it. These are all names I remember from the 70s, and so it was an homage to other artists.